Hello, guys, welcome back again. Welcome to P for Politics. And today we are going to look at the Haiti civil war. Why is Kenya intervening in the Haiti war? Why can it not avoid it? We saw Kenya sign treaties with the then Prime Minister for Haiti, who later on resigned after barbecue. He did not manage to enter the country unless he resigns, to which he had. Kenya went on under the president and the minister for defense said that they were going to continue. But they said that what was delaying it is because America had promised them support of 14.7 billion US dollars to facilitate the peacekeeping mission. So the Kenyan government has not already started the process, but they had signed to ensure that they were going to send troops to 1,000 soldiers to go and help keep peace in Haiti. So are these 1,000 enough? No, because Kenya is one of the countries that will be sent there by the UN in peacekeeping nation. Other countries that are going to ensure that there's peacekeeping is Bangladesh, Jamaica, Bahamas, Benin, Chad, among others. For today, the point is what makes America to intervene? Under what circumstances do America intervene, or why do they intervene in foreign affairs, in foreign warfare? And today we are going to look at US American intervention on foreign wars. Remember, America from back during the time of George Washington, America had come up with a policy for isolation. This enabled them to remain neutral in case of international wars. But this was not held on because at some point Americans were hurt and it attracted public opinion who were very bitter. Actually, this did happen in two ways. During the First World War One, America intervened because at one point Germany unrestricted submarine warfare sank the American merchant ship. We also had an interception of Zimmermann telegram where Germany had sent a letter showing an alliance with Mexico, which was one of the enemies of America. So America entered into World War One. And the next thing where the public also felt that America should join was during World War Two when Japan attacked the Pearl Harbor. Now this made Americans now to enter into wars. But they were neutral for the longest time. But after they entered into war and emerged a superpower, now they got a new title, they got a new responsibility to keep up this good name. Remember, they were allies with Britain, they were allies with Russia, they were the allies with these big countries. Now, these countries won, and now the topic came out to be who is the superpower, who says, who is going to be the best. Now, America entered into Cold War after finishing the World War II. American entered into Cold War, which resulted into the capitalists and the communism. Of course, the Soviet Union entered in part of the communist while America retained the capitalism. So they tried to put together allies who would support them. That's why America usually intervened in Vietnam War, in Cuba, in Congo, among others, so that they could put their influence. So they intervene for the purpose of intervening so that they can exert their influence on a global scale. So what is the reason? What guides Americans' intervention on foreign countries? First, it was under something called national interest. Secondly, was under self-defense. I'm going to explain on national interest, I'm going to explain later, but on self-defense, I'm going to give an example of, America has brought some things which has ensured that the exact influence that the warfare goes even international. We had like, when American realized that you are transporting drugs to America and it is hurting its own citizens in terms of self-defense and maybe national interest, it's going to intervene, like they bring the policy of extradition. We had the one who was affected mainly was Pablo Escobar, where they send DEA agents. DEA agents are American drug agents who are stationed at Colombia to ensure that Pablo and the others, the Cali cartels, were arrested because their businesses affected, or their activities affected the American citizens in a negative way. From then, the UN changed this, that intervention or international intervention in war became humanitarian, or or democratic purpose. That is, in a way of protecting either it is humanitarian or protecting democracy. That's in protecting democracy. This is what I mean, that they were there to ensure that the government that was seated was not overthrown, or installation of a new democracy. This was witnessed in Iraq. Now, why does the US intervene in international warfare or abroad? Number one is the reason why called economic opportunities. We have seen America in intervening during the war in Congo, where we had Mobutu Sese Seko. After we had the others, we had the Katanga, we had all the others, where they intervened because there was gold. We have had where this particular guy was, Osama bin Laden. We had the other one, Saddam Hussein. This is because those countries had good areas where they could get opportunities. The second thing is social protection, maybe against terrorism extremists, for example, Al Qaeda, ISIS. This was witnessed in Afghanistan 201 and in Iraq 203. Number three is protecting US citizens and diplomats. Number three is to enforce international laws. Actually, UN does not have its only security. It relies, or it depends upon the member countries to provide security, or to provide personnel who will ensure there's peacekeeping. Number three is nation building. Maybe this I've said is like, for example, in Cold War, to retain that superiority, that they are the best, that they were the superpower. So US, to build this brand image, or to keep this brand image, is there to intervene to ensure that there's influence globally of the US. You saw the way they tried to put out this mentality of capitalism, so that people could know that the Americans were the same. The final thing why US intervenes in war abroad is because of democracy. Democracy in this way, that they try to ensure that the sitting government is not overthrown, or in case of a civil war, or in case after, for example, we can say in Libya, where they were going to assist Libya be in peace because of the dictatorship of the then president Muammar Gaddafi. So they intervened to ensure that there was democracy, but we can say they had their own interests. Some are hidden, some are